yourself through misery. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Hannah. If you're new here, hello, welcome to the family. I hope you're okay. Anyway, for today's video I wanted to talk about popular books that I DNF'd or haven't finished for one reason or another. Just wasn't enjoying them. So we are going to go in no order now for a second. So the first book that I DNF'd, couldn't finish, is one that I see absolutely everywhere, and so many people talk about this book and how much they love it, and I think to a certain extent I did enjoy the first half of this book, but then I just found it so slow that I think I was pretty close to the end as well. Oh, it was very close to the end, and I don't know why that was. I'm not entirely sure why. The page I stopped reading this book on was 302. I can't remember what happens in this book. I can't remember why I stopped reading it. I just know I just stopped reading it and I never picked it up again. Around the time that I started my Bookstagram and I said, did anyone else find this book slow? And quite a few people said that they couldn't finish it. One day or I might reread it, but yeah. So for now, this is a book that I DNF'd. The story didn't really intrigue me. I don't know. On to the next one. The next book that I DNF'd was A Lockdown by Peter May. I think it's pretty obvious the reason as to why I DNF'd this. We were going through our second lockdown. Technically this is our third wave of lockdown, I think. Anyway, Lockdown by Peter May, I started reading it in November 2020 when I had gone to my boyfriend's in Wales and my anxiety was just so bad, and I started reading this and I was like, this is like just eerily correct. I just couldn't handle the weirdness of this being so accurate, and the fact that it was written like way before we even knew what the word lockdown meant or a pandemic was. We couldn't finish it, and I still haven't. I think the page I left this one on was weird. Is 336, which out of this book there's only 398 pages, so really I could have finished it. My anxiety was really bad, and how it intertwined, I couldn't finish it. Perhaps I'll finish it one day. It wasn't vibing me, you know? I think a lot of people are too hard on themselves when they're reading a book and it's either contributing to their mindset or anxiety or making their mental health a bit worse for wear. And I think a lot of people that I've seen that I follow either tend to follow really popular books and not enjoy them, but I try to only buy books that appeals to me or that I think I'll find interesting, if you will. Anyway, the third book that I DNF'd was this one, and this one is based on the Netflix series You, with the guy from, what's his name? The guy from Gossip Girl. This is You by Caroline Kepnes. Again, I just wasn't enjoying it, and so I DNF'd it. That's all it is to the story. I think, you know, didn't really vibe with this, didn't really enjoy it. I didn't really enjoy the TV show either, so I don't know. Have you read this book? Did you enjoy it? Did you not read it? I just never picked it up again, and I've not thought about picking it up again. And I think that's a theme here. These books that I DNF'd or didn't finish, I just haven't. It's not really crossed my mind that, oh, I never finished that book. Not for like moral high ground reasons that I'm too good for this book, but I just don't enjoy it, and I don't feel the need to force myself to read a book if I'm not enjoying it. Because where's the fun in that? Reading should be fun. Now, the fourth book that I DNF'd, did not finish, is this one by Liane Moriarty. This is called Big Little... It's not called Big Little Lies, Hannah. It's called 9 Perfect Strangers. And I just did not enjoy this one. I really did enjoy the TV version of Big Little Lies, which was on Now TV, I think, but it has Reese Witherspoon in it. The TV show, loved it. However, this book, I couldn't vibe with it. I couldn't vibe with it, and I think I just read quite a lot of thrillers that had the same kind of niche, like a bunch of people go to like a luxury resort or like a camping site or a hotel. It's secluded, it's far away. It's just like the blueprint for an Agatha Christie based thriller in modern times. That's just how I see these novels these days. So essentially I DNF'd this because I think at the time I was reading this, I was also reading The Guest List, and then I was reading And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and they just all were so similar that I was like, I can't. There's only so many times you can read a thriller that's based with those predicaments and you can guess the outcome, you know? And so the page I left this one on, wow, I really wasn't enjoying this, and you can tell I wasn't enjoying it because I left this dog-eared on page 23, and I think normally I let myself get to like the 100-page mark before I decide if I DNF a book, but I DNF'd this one pretty quickly on someone's gonna die, essentially. I mean, that's the premise of a thriller, so yeah, I DNF'd this one. Let me know if you've read this one or you haven't. If you've read Big Little Lies or anything else by Liane Moriarty, I would love to know. Actually, the next book that I DNF'd is this one. It's called The Lion's Den by Catherine St. John. And I think I got this because it was advertised to me on Bookstagram, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I think at the time when we weren't allowed to go like anywhere and we were stuck in the lockdown, and I just saw this and thought, oh my god, how nice, a cruise boat in the middle of the sea, how enjoyable. And then I started reading it and was like, what on earth is this story? I did not vibe with the characters at all. I just couldn't get in my head, couldn't get into that frame of mind. And again, I think at the time I was reading literally nothing but thriller books after thriller books or mystery genres. I wasn't giving myself time away from the thriller genre, so I think my mind had just been like, I can predict the ending of this book, I know what's going to happen. But again, essentially follows the same pattern. There's a guest list and a small exclusive. It's small and exclusive, but there's blood in the water. So essentially someone's died and on this cruise ship, and you have to figure out who died. Essentially, basically the same premise as on. However, I DNF both of these because, I mean, maybe I should read the blurbs before I buy books. Does anyone not read the blurb and just buy a book based on the cover alone? Because I've got 2 more books in my DNF, did not finish, did not enjoy series. This one is probably will come as no surprise to anyone that I did not finish this book, because I filmed an entire video of me reading Nothing But Sally Rooney for like, it felt like an eternity, but it was literally like about 3 days that I spent reading Sally Rooney's books. I read Normal People and then I read Conversations with Friends. I couldn't finish this book, and I wanted to finish this book so bad because I know it's been made into a TV show. But then again, I couldn't even sit through Normal People past episode 3 because I did not enjoy the TV show and I didn't enjoy the characters, and I think I was falling in love with a guy and then have really terrible communication, and then people see that as a good relationship, and I'm like, okay, wait. Conversations with Friends, I wanted to enjoy it more than Normal People. That being said, I didn't enjoy it. I found the characters to be really annoying. The only thing I did like about this book is that it had a heavy topic of endometriosis and fertility issues, and that obviously is like a massive issue in these days, where people will take about 7 years to be diagnosed with endo. That's something that I'm going through at the moment, like going through tests and everything. So that's the only thing I liked about this book. I don't know how people try and romanticize affairs, but for me, I didn't enjoy it, and I only realised that, like, someone mentioned it the other day that she doesn't use speech marks, and I wondered why. All the conversations between each characters have speech marks, and like I only realised that I noticed it more because this book hadn't had speech marks. So I don't know. Anyway, I DNF'd this on page 302, so at least I got past the 100-page mark, simply because I was like, I need to finish this book. And then I was like, I really am not enjoying this book. Why am I forcing myself to read a book if I'm not enjoying it? Like, that is one of the worst punishments that you can put yourself through. If you're not enjoying it, don't read it. Stop reading it. What's the point in putting yourself through misery? Anyway, so that's that. The last book that I DNF'd, Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. This, wow. I don't really know what to say about this. I don't really think there was any real need for Midnight Sun, to be honest. Don't think we all needed to hear Edward's perspective of, you know, doing the deed with Bella. But I could not get into this book. I tried quite a few times and then I just gave up. What on earth is this? And I've obviously, like, if you've read Twilight series, and then this essentially is Twilight from Edward's perspective, so I'm much more out of it, other than Edward just being like, what for him. And I really did not enjoy. I got to page 145, but I don't know, maybe I will pick this up one day again, just essentially. This is a beast of a book, so I mean, at least I got to past page 100. Good sign, because this book is 756 pages long, and I could not force myself to read that many pages of this book. So anyway, these are all the popular books that I DNF'd or did not finish, did not enjoy, was not vibing with. So I don't know, like, I don't hate any of these books, I just personally didn't enjoy them, didn't enjoy the writing style, didn't enjoy the story, and that's where not finishing a book comes in. So yeah, let me know if you have read any of these or if you did not finish them, or let me know what's one popular book that you did not finish that everyone else seems to love and you didn't vibe with it. That would be fun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I shall see you guys in my next one. Bye!